Okay, so we are now in September of 2020, which was a very physical month for me, physical integration. You're gonna see me kind of flip-flopping, and I had an inkling on some level that September was gonna be like this for me because the last week of August, I went out every day to get supplies for the month. And I know when something like that happens, it's at the end, I'm like, oh, I wonder why I felt the need to do this. And then September began, and I knew exactly why I had to do it because I needed a lot of rest, a lot of downtime. So we're now on September 9th, 2020, and I had just taken a break from spiritual material. So I took a week off all spiritual material, including post-enlightenment info, and it was good. I refuse to ever again be dependent on anything but me. However, since it's all me, I guess it doesn't much matter. In any case, I won't distract myself with anyone else's stories or experiences, period. I will say one of the biggest validations I've had from the post-enlightenment material is that there are different locations of enlightenment or different areas, intensities, and variations all on a continuum. I was not expecting that and was wondering why this post-enlightenment period I'm in right now was missing some lovely key ingredients I experienced during my 11/11 initiation. Namely, the effortless fearlessness and limitlessness and the continual flow of both. While I have periods of it now, it is by no means continual. It seems I've landed firmly in location 1 of 4 possible enlightenment locations, and I'm deep in a deconditioning process where I am to rewire everything with peace. After 14 years on the path, I will admit to some slight frustration that there is still deconditioning to do. However, I can also freely admit that my years on the path have made me a master at deconditioning shit, so I trust this particular phase will be just fine and perhaps not that long. It does mean continuing to peacify triggers, which is not my favorite thing, yet seems to be the main thing. At the very least, post-enlightenment, I am confident I can do it. In fact, the pages on peace I wrote days before my holy instant continue to show themselves as invaluable. They were both the guide leading up to enlightenment and the techniques to apply post-enlightenment. Peace is, with conscious effort, becoming the anchored, invincible, unchangeable default. Another thing that surprises me, speaking of conscious effort, is how much conscious effort enlightenment takes, at least in location 1. Perhaps I believed that post-enlightenment I'd be able to go unconscious again and everything would be done for me. The opposite is true, however, and now I know I am responsible for all of it, which is a whole nother topic of mystery versus manifestation. That really is the freedom, though. If I am responsible for all of it, if I am indeed all of it, there continues to be nothing to seek nor wait for, and that knowledge alone continues to bring the most relief post-enlightenment. So, September has brought with it many opportunities for deconditioning, the main one being bringing absolute peace to the physical exhaustion. And I'll write more on that later, but right now I'm too damn tired. So anyway, I did continue this later, the same day. Yes, the physical exhaustion is a deeply challenging one for me, yet there is nothing to do but accept it. This physical body is going through deep embodying and intense integrations. I can only accept it and blanket it with peace, love, and gratitude. This is obviously not a time for me to attempt manifestations, but simply a time to blanket everything with peace, love, and gratitude while embracing and trusting the mystery of the unknown. Laying this blanket of peace over everything is the deconditioning and the rewiring. It's meeting the past triggers with peace. It's just blanketing them to neutralize them. Post-enlightenment, it is both much simpler and more efficient to do this. There's no wound to get in the way. Honestly, post-enlightenment is when all the pre-enlightenment teachings and techniques actually work and actually make sense. So there's that, and that's no small thing. I'm at peace being in location 1. I know I would want to savor every course of the Enlightenment feast, and early stages of enlightenment are far better than anything before it. I also have the inner wisdom to understand that there is not a linear path to other locations of enlightenment. There's nowhere to go, nothing to do. It's more a deeper immersion, which I may be conscious of, but I am not in control of. I can choose to enjoy my enlightenment experience no matter where I am, and that is deeply satisfying. So, to the physical body exhaustion, to the old stories and triggers that can still irritate me, and to all my old beloved familiar little picadillos that can still throw me for a momentary loop, I thank you. Thank you for allowing me to deeply anchor into peace as my default. Thank you for your service to my enlightenment conditioning. You are perfect and precious. You are me. I am that I am, and all is well in all of my creation. So that was September 9th. Today, as of this filming, it is September 27th. And, while I really did need that information on the locations and the various intensities post-enlightenment, I've also kind of moved past that. I've put down the post-enlightenment information because I got what I needed from it, and also it wasn't my experience. It didn't have far enough vision for me, frankly. So it was good for me to know about the different locations, but I and by no means writing that in stone or using it to define me. It's just something I needed to know then. But there are different varying intensities, and so I think that's something that definitely needs to be talked about. Anyway, we'll continue this. The next one, I'm a little embarrassed about the next entry, but we'll go there. I love you.